Hello friends, hello YouTube, welcome to another live stream. Tonight I'm planning to walk towards Shinagawa. Currently I am here in Gotanda, in front of Gotanda station. Gotanda station here, Gotanda station there, Gotanda station there, Gotanda station everywhere. But to start, I'm actually gonna ask you which route you want me to take. I can either walk along a nice little river, or I can walk through more like residential streets. What do you prefer? Residential, river. Residential, river. Did you say river? River. I think river is taking the lead here. It started with a strong lead for Gotanda. And you person who keeps asking your name, stop asking that. Thank you. Residential, river. Yeah, it was a lead for the residential first, but I think river won. So let's do the river route. Then I just need to start by getting my bearings straight. Okay, I got my bearings straight. Let's go. It's very windy, but hopefully my DIY wind muffs are still effective. So I hope you're not suffering too much. Hey, great to see that so many regular viewers are here again. That's always awesome to see. Restaurant here. Is this corridor 1? I don't know. Is it? I do not know. Walking all the way to Kyoto would be a good walk. I'm sure it would be pretty awesome, but a little bit. I think the battery would die before I got there. So it is indeed a bit windy, and it is also a very nice evening. I see, Hinode High School. Not today, but maybe some other time. So we are here. You shall not throw trash or smoke or destroy benches or play with fireworks. But walking is by all means okay. Hej Pio, kul att du är här. Ja, jag vet att det är lite knaster i micken. Jag jobbar på att fixa det vid tillfälle. Okay, let's go. Let's go. lot of interesting things going on under the train tracks in many places in Tokyo. I've never been here, but this looks kind of tempting to check out as well. Takanawa Gateway Station, maybe. Could happen. Might happen. Oh. Yeah, Shin Hinomoto. That's a lovely fish izakaya, also hidden under the train tracks near Yuracho station. Very nice place. It's really a lovely evening. You can still see the light from the last sunrise, sun rays hitting the buildings over here, and it's very beautiful and clear blue sky and a very, very lovely evening for a walk. It's not too hot either. Humidity is reasonable, so I think this will be a good one. And now is the time when most people are heading home from work, I guess. So yeah, let me check. Okay, we are indeed on the right track. When does fall arrive in Tokyo? I would say late September, early October. I mean, it depends. September can still be very hot, but it seems like the worst heat might be over for this year, which would be quite early actually. Are some Japanese cautious around you because of Corona and you're a foreigner? Nah, I can't say I've never felt that. They don't seem to be more cautious about me than other Japanese. Those of you who are having a good memory might actually recognize this place, because I did indeed walk around here not too long ago on another live stream, but not this direction, but I did walk along this river for a little bit. Lots of mansions along the river. Yeah, quite a lot. Plenty of office buildings around here too. This should be Meguro River, yes. think the wind direction today means that they're using the approach to Haneda over the city, which a lot of people hate. Yes, that plane was definitely going to Haneda. This side of the river is really boring. More mineshaws here. Yeah, new approach path, right. I'm really happy I don't live under it. Since I don't, I think it's kind of exciting, but I do understand why a lot of people are against it. And especially now, since there are so few planes flying into Tokyo anyway, they shouldn't be using it. 225 watching. Okay, that's not much. Let's hope it grows soon. But then again, it's a weekday and most of Europe is at work and most of US is asleep, so my channel grew a lot last week. It's gonna be interesting to see if that growth continues or if it was just a fluke. But basically in the last 7 days I had roughly 50%, or in the last 7 days I had roughly 50% more viewers than in the week before. So that's pretty nice. Good to know that people enjoy watching my walks so much. Playground here, but I'm always a bit wary pointing the camera towards kids. I try to avoid that when possible. Konbanwa, Juri. Well, about the aircraft noise, I mean, they were mainly flying over Tokyo Bay before, which seemed to have kept people very happy, and we still got a reasonably central airport, but yeah, now they just started increasing the capacity, and in order to do so, yeah, then they apparently needed to figure out a different approach. Oh, thank you, Anthony. Very generous. Thank you, thank you. Nice colors here. Photo spot, definitely. I'm okay today. A little bit tired actually, which you might hear. I did a live TV appearance earlier today, and that's always very stressful. So I think I was very nervous in the hours leading up to the appearance, and now I feel like okay, it's over. I can, like, you know, take a deep breath and relax, and by doing so I feel a bit sleepy. So a little bit sleepy, but I'm starting to get more Genki as well now because of the stream and because of interacting with all you. So that was nice. Or that is nice that I still managed to do a live stream today. I was on the morning news in my home country, talking about Olympics. Not Japanese TV this time. 今回はスウェーデンのテレビでも時々日本のテレビも出ています。実は先週 NHK ワールドに出ました。Thank you, Graham. Your commentary makes your videos better than others. I'm very happy to hear that. Oh, another one. Maybe we'll do a bit of flight spotting today. Maybe I should do a flight spotting live stream. I'm sure there would be plenty of you into that, right? So yeah, thanks for saying that my commentary makes the videos better. It makes me very happy to hear that. I do get a fair bit of complaints as well. People saying, "Oh, you should go back, make your old type of videos," which I get. I mean, it's fine. I understand that some people enjoy those videos more. But for now, I'm just enjoying making live streams much more. So that's why I'm focusing on that. Yeah, it's definitely more interactive this way. Although I can definitely see that, these live streams doesn't really have much value once they're not live anymore. Whereas the other videos are more like timeless in a way. But whatever. I'm very happy with the reactions I've gotten, and I'm really enjoying this interactions I get with you. So yeah. Any funny episode while filming non-live videos? I can't say I have. Should I show you the earmuffs again? I'm not sure if all of you have seen them, so let's see. There we go. Can you see? That's how I fix this wind noise, by attaching these earmuffs on a cheap $3 case that I got from AliExpress. Hair reveal, did I? Nice DIY. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's not big and bulky. I can still just use my regular setup, and it seems to work surprisingly well. So win. A Swedish viewer asked me if I've ever been to a restaurant called Lilla Dalarna, which is a Swedish restaurant close to Takistadori. I don't know. I've been to one in Roppongi. Did they move? Or is there another one in Takistadori? Anyway, I've been there and I was not impressed. Yeah, case might definitely affect cooling, so that's problematic. But right now it's not so hot, so I think it's fine. But yeah, if I'm doing a daytime walk on a really hot day, then this is not the optimal solution. Do you know Sydsvenskan? Of course. You use a mic for the stream? No, just a built-in phone mic. Or are you a YouTuber? I don't know. You tell me. Am I? Is that what I am now? Daijoubu? 暑くないですか？今日はあんまり暑くない実は。全然問題ない。あ、here we go again. You are a YouTuber. I guess I am. And yes, those planes are coming in pretty low. We are, I mean, if you look where I am now on Google Maps, you'll see that I'm actually not far from Haneda. And so yeah, the planes are very low around here. Wow, I'm impressed you can tell the airplane type from this lower speed. Yeah, but this was ANA. Previous one was also an ANA. Camille, I enjoy your commentary a lot. Also, you have a nice voice, interesting and relaxing. Thank you. Thank you. People often say that they like my voice. That's also very good to hear, because personally, like most people, I really hate hearing my own voice. But I think I'm kind of coming to terms with it. 今五反田ですか？そうですね。今五反田から始まりました。今日天王洲アイルと品川駅の方に歩こうと思います。Do you like rolling on bed? I think so. I think I like rolling on bed. Stream quality is really good. Thank you. Great to hear. Everybody happy with the quality? I watched this guy Soul Walker earlier today. He started doing live streams as well, and he managed to do those in really good quality. So I actually messaged him and asked, or I wrote a comment asking to tell a bit more about the equipment he uses. Didn't get a reply yet though, but I'm still looking into ways to improve this, because I'm not happy. I mean, it's okay the way it looks now, but it's still kind of choppy, not very smooth. So there's still, as long as I know that there are, that there are technical, that there are, it's technically possible to improve the image quality, then I kind of want to, I want to get to the limit, to the border, and make my streams as good as it's possibly doable, if that makes any sense. Sorry, I'm a little bit stressed now because it's a big road here and I don't want to get hit by a car. Koこ交通はちょっと怖い。そうですね。ちょっと怖いです。Shinkansen passes here, so yeah, we are close to Shinagawa station, which is one of the main stops on the Shinkansen. Do you work out separately? No, only walking. Streamlabs app. Yeah, but only on this phone. I tried Streamlabs on 2 other phones and I didn't get the popping sound. But then I also didn't get as good image quality because this phone is has the best camera, especially for low light. So, yeah. Sexy leg reveal at 300 viewers. Okay, we can do that. Are you far from home right now? It took me about 40 minutes to take the train to Gotanda, where I started this walk. So it's, yeah, by Tokyo standards, not too far. I mean, I biked this distance. I biked to this part of town a couple of times, which takes like an hour, so not so bad, not so far.好きな都道府県はどこですか？それ難しいですね。それは難しい。いっぱいあるから。でもそうですね。東北はほとんど好き。特に岩手と青森。あとは広島と岡山、瀬戸内海の方も大好き。大阪はいつも楽しい。京都はまあまあ。東京面白い。神奈川もなんかいろんな景色とかある。あとは北海道もちょっと東北っぽいだからちょっと懐かしい感じがある。あと沖縄も大好き。あとそうですね、新潟の佐渡島も大好き。以上です。そうですね、今は京都空いてるから行きたい。でも時間ない。でもまあ来月か再来月ぐらい行けるといいな。Sorry, I was talking in a language that most of you did not understand. One of my Japanese viewers asked me about my favorite areas in Japan. So I mentioned some of the places that I like the most.そうですね、僕は多分日本人、ほとんどの日本人よりいろんなところ日本全海行ったことあります。多分10県ぐらいはまだ行ったことない。でもそれ以外はほとんど行きました。まだ行ったことないけど行きたい都道府県場所ありますか？そうですね、まだ九州と四国はちょっとだけ行ったことある。九州は1軒、四国も1軒だけ行ったことある。だからそれ まあ九州と四国の全体は行きたい。あとは奄美大島と父島、東京の父島すごく行きたい。Okay, I need to check a map because I'm a little bit confused now. Ah, you live near the airport, Jenny. How's that? Are you used to the noise? Or maybe you're living like in a not so noisy space? Oh, wait. Am I... So this now. I should go... I see. I can essentially just follow this. If I follow this road for another 5 or 10 minutes, I will reach the islands, some of the islands in the bay. Thanks for stopping in, even if you're sleepy and must try to sleep. Happy you could make it for a little while. Massive residential building here. Tokyo looks as beautiful as ever. Yeah, does it? Is it really beautiful? I don't know. Like this time of the day is nice. The colors are quite vivid. But I don't know, living here for so long really makes me miss the beautiful, like the beautiful architecture of European cities, like all the old, hundreds of years old buildings. Here in Tokyo everything is like this super boring block of concrete, right? That's what most buildings look like here. They have very little personality. Is this a residential area? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much residential, I think, or maybe almost, yeah, leaning on the industrial maybe. There's a bit of like small factories and office buildings here as well. Tokyo architecture is always all over the place. It is. And there's like no grand plan. Or very rarely, I should say. It's just like each plot of land has a different owner wanting to do their own thing. Are people in Japan, especially Tokyo, rich? It really means how you define rich. I mean, salaries here are higher than in many countries, but also lower than in others. So it's difficult to generalize. But and a lot of people here in Tokyo live like under really poor conditions. In rural Japan you will definitely see more traditional buildings, for sure. Is it hard to get a job, live as a foreigner? If you speak the language, not so hard. There's a big demand for skilled workers, but a lot of jobs that pays really well in the West, like programmer, is very like low pay and very harsh working conditions here in Japan. So yeah, it depends. It really depends. So that's probably Shinagawa over there, where I plan to end the walk today. But first we should head to a few small islands not far from here. Face reveal after 50k. Nah, face reveal is still exclusive to my Patreon supporters. They get face reveal every other week, or at least once a month, in my Patreon only live streams. I live in a bungalow house. I guess that's rare in Tokyo. Yes, that's unheard of here. Why I don't want to raise my child in Japan? Well, it's complicated, but not really. First of all, I want her to grow up in a surrounding with more nature, and Tokyo is not the best in that regard. But of course, there are other places in Japan where there's plenty of greenery and nature around. But then also, I don't like the Japanese education system. It doesn't seem to do a good job in, training critical thinkers and people to be creative. And that's the biggest reason. I can't see my child going to school here. Of course, there's international schools that are different, but those cost a fortune, and that still doesn't solve the first problem with the lack of greenery. And then also, it's just that I've been here for so long now, and I think it's time for something new, and I miss Europe a lot. 明日はワインにしよう。僕は毎日ビールだけ。There's an amazing tree in Kyushu, Yakushima. Yes, I would love to go to Yakushima. And I think I might quite soon. This looks nice. This looks like a nice little street over here. Will you still do walks if you move back to Europe? Yes, I really hope so. In one way or another. The good thing about living in Europe is that it's so easy to travel to other countries and other places in Europe. Oh, nice shopping street. I have no idea where I am right now. But this street is much nicer than the big one I just walked along. I'm starting college right now. Should I start looking for jobs, contacts in Japan if you want to work there? If you're starting college right now, my suggestions would be to try to look for an exchange. If you can study a year or something like that in Japan, that's really good. And also start learning the language. Jobs, if you know the language, I would say finding a job in Japan is probably quite easy, because there's more jobs than there are people, especially in some fields. So yeah. If you get sick in Japan, how do you get your medicine? You go to hospital and you go to a pharmacy, just like in most countries, I think. Did you speak Japanese before you started your work in Japan? Well, I've never really had a job in Japan, as in I've never been employed here. I've always been running my own business. So I started doing that while I was learning Japanese. I went to a language school here, and I was working as a freelance journalist for a bunch of Swedish magazines at the same time. How did you end up in Japan? I answered that a million times, but the short version is I came here 12 years ago out of curiosity. Was working remotely for a Swedish company, and I liked it and didn't want to go back. So I didn't go back, basically. こんばんは、涼しいですか？今日はそんなに暑くない。涼しいではないけど、ちょうどいい。Thank you, Airbnb. You're checking if Super Chat is working. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. I didn't see much action in Super Chat either. Let's hope that people get inspired by what you just did and follow suit. In England we have the NHS for healthcare. Do you have similar in Japan? In Japan everybody must have a health insurance. So if you're employed, you usually get one through your employer. And in my case, as a freelancer, I have to pay for it myself. And it's basically like a tax. So the cost is like based on, it's a percentage of your last year's income. And it actually gets, for me as a Swede who is used to basically free health insurance, I find it quite pricey here in Japan. But compared to the US, Japan is way cheaper. I don't know how much it costs in England. I think here it's like roughly 8 to 10% of your income last year. So it's a pretty significant chunk of money. Oh, thank you, Jenny. More of the shrimp snacks. Oh, really? Do I have to? Okay, finally we reached the bridge to the island I was talking about. So we're heading towards the Tennozu Airu, I think, which I walked to in another video, like 2 months ago maybe. That wasn't a live stream, it was one of my regular videos, but yeah. In Spain they take 38 for health and pension combined. That must be also including like your tax, right? Only health and pension can't cost 38%. That would be crazy. So here's the Terebi Tokyo headquarters. Yeah, so 38 is payroll plus insurance, health insurance, and pension, right? unfortunately need to leave. Got a meeting. No worries. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you can watch again sometime. Youは何し日本ね。この番組はね、ちょっとバカしすぎる。ちょっと恥ずかしい。Yeah, this area is definitely good for night photography. Here we have a nice night view. Hey, this is what I came for. This is what I wanted to show you. Do you remember this? I did pass here in another video, but that was like on a grey, gloomy day, and it was very boring day actually, so it didn't look nice at all. But at night this area is super nice. What's the purple building? That's like a, I think that's kind of like a food court, at least on the first floor. I'm not sure what the rest of it is. Also nice view in the other direction. So this is the reason why I want to shoot my walks with this phone, because if I shot this on a phone with a smaller sensor camera, you could never see all these colors and the tonality in this scene. So I don't think even the iPhone would be able to capture this as well. Yeah, it's really windy. Should get better soon though, once I get off this bridge. You miss the most from your home country? Democracy and critical thinking. People probably still at work at Terebi Tokyo. Japan doesn't have democracy. Well, technically they do, but it's very complicated. They lack any media that is can be critical against those in power and ask uncomfortable questions, and yeah, it's a complicated subject, but it's on paper, yes, of course, it's a democracy. They have elections, people are voting. Some people are voting, not that many. Voter turnout is very low, but yeah. So that's very problematic. It's a weak democracy, yes, and it's been falling in the press freedom rankings very deeply in the last couple of years under Abe, who finally is gone, which is great, but I doubt that much will change in that respect anytime soon. Flawed democracy is pretty suitable expression, I think. I'm from Sweden. Whoops, almost fell. Maybe we should go all the way and get a nice little panorama, waterfront panorama over here. I heard that foreigners working in Japan are not expected to work as long hours as Japanese people. Any truth to that? Yeah, I think so. I think there's some truth to it. It depends on the workplace, though. And it also depends on, a bunch of factors. I love these little houseboats. That reminds me, I need to look into what these actually are. But yeah, you do kind of... Most people here know that the Japanese working conditions are quite extreme by international standards, and I think in some companies the management will kind of be a bit kinder to you if you're non-Japanese. Also, the thing is, it's not that Japanese people are forced to stay late. In many cases, they're just kind of too afraid to stand out, to leave early. So yeah. Right, it also depends a lot on the company. Is it 0 o'clock yet? You know what? I think it is. I do think it is 0 o'clock. Just a moment. On walking. Yeah, like a lot of people just stay in the office for like hours doing nothing, but just because they don't want to be the first one to leave, or they, like I had one friend who worked in an advertising agency, and she was like the only one speaking English in her department, so she had to stay like until 10, 11 every night, even if she had nothing to do, just in case that some of the Western clients would call. So I mean, that's the kind of level of loyalty that are often expected from Japanese employees. Go crowded place. I will go towards Shinagawa from here. That should be more crowded. Which Japanese beer do you like? I will show you when I get one. I have a favorite beer right now. Those of you who have been following me for a while should know that one by now. Take a break, hydrate. It's okay, it's not so hot. I'm not really that sweaty. Besides, I do have one of these in my bag, so I'll take a sip of this.なんで日本バッシングになってますか？じゃあ日本バッシングではないけど、見る人はいろんななんか日本の食文化についていろんな質問あるから、だからなんかそれについてちょっと説明しました。I love this little, I don't know what it is, but it's nice. I mean, I know what it is, but I'm not sure what they're doing in there. So another thing that is a bit problematic with Japan is that to some Japanese people you're not allowed to criticize Japanese society at all. So like for example right now one of my Japanese viewers asked me why I'm doing Japan bashing, and I don't think I am doing Japan bashing, but I think it's important to highlight both the good and the bad sides of the country, and I think that's also part of, you know, being a democracy, that people can freely express what they think about things and also have a kind of constructive discussion about the problems, and that's something that I feel Japan could use more of. So I guess these boats are heading out to Tokyo Bay. I don't know if you can see, but it's like a bit of a bridge showing up in the distance. That's the Rainbow Bridge that leads to Odaiba, and in the bay between here and Odaiba there's lots of these boats called Yakatabune. They're kind of like party boats that you can rent for private parties, I think. I have to admit I've never been on one. Would love to go sometime though. Eitai Bridge at night, yeah, quite cliche, but still a beautiful spot. I should take a walk around there sometime as well. Cool, Tommy. Tack. 良いとこだけしか言わないもの のもう変だよね。そうですね。なんかね、問題点もなんか問題についてを話すのがすごく重要と思います。それはもし誰もがそういう問題点を上げないと社会も変化できません。なのでとっても大切と思います。綺麗ですね。Bunch of people doing exercise here. Let's see if I can briefly. Nah, I think it would be. You can't really see them so quickly. Just a glimpse. We have 400 viewers. Far cry from 600 plus, but hey, it's a weekday, and this is not Shibuya or Shinjuku, which tends to attract the biggest crowds. So concrete jungle. そうですね。結構ジャングルっぽいこの辺。都心へ電車で行く。車がないです。免許もないです。いつも電車か自転車。でも夏はちょっと暑すぎる。あんまり自転車も乗らない。Isn't it crazy to talk to yourself? I'm getting used to it. I'm actually enjoying it now. It depends. Like when I'm in a place like this with not that many people, then it's super fun and I really enjoy it. And I even enjoy the looks I get sometimes. But for some reason, when I'm in a really crowded place, then there's just too much. Like I guess I need to be more wary about my surroundings, and like other people keeps like getting my attention and stuff like that. So then it can be a bit stressful. 電動アシストですか？じゃあまだ普通の電車です。でも電動自転車は本当にそうですね。この辺昭和時代の団地もまだ残ってます。例えばこれ右側のかっこいい。実は僕は昭和時代のちょっとボロボロなマンションが大好き。海の匂いですか？ If it smells like sea、ちょっとね、ちょっと海の匂いです。Haven't had dinner yet. No dinner yet. I had pretty late lunch today because of that TV thing. So my entire schedule got a bit shifted today. So, do you do customized walks by request? Yes, I do. At least I take requests, and if it's feasible and a walk that I think I would enjoy, it's quite likely that I will do it. Do you like Japanese cinema? To be honest, I don't watch. Quite busy and I prioritize other things. Yeah, I don't really have any impression or anything I can talk about on the topic of Japanese cinema. Mount Fuji walk, don't know. I'm not really that interested in Mount Fuji. Still waiting for a walk in industrial part of Kawasaki. Yes, I want to do that as well. It's kind of a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, I've been there a couple of times and it's a bit uncomfortable to walk around there on my own. So ideally I would like to see if I have some friend who wants to join me. Maybe do a bit of a photo shoot as well around there. That would be fun. Asakusa, I have plenty of Asakusa videos on my channel already, but I don't think I've done a live walk from there. It's definitely something I can do. The thing is, Asakusa is like on the complete opposite of where I live, so it takes me over 1 hour, or about 1 hour each way to get there. So it's a little bit far, and that's why I'm kind of same with Ueno. But yeah, I mean, ideally I should have some other errand around there. It's a little bit far just for the walk. But yeah, Ueno to Skytree via Sensoji, that's a nice walk. That's definitely something I should do. That's a long train run by Japanese standards. Not really, but by my standards. I mean, I live, for me, from my place it takes 15 minutes to go to Shibuya. And basically anything on the south side of Tokyo is relatively close. So that's why I'm doing so many walks from that side of the area, or that side of the city. But yeah, I should definitely travel a little bit further, especially as the channel grows and I get more and more viewers, then it makes more sense. Do you watch anime or read manga? No. How about Ginza? I did a walk from Ginza last week. 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago I walked in Ginza. Do the mainstream area walks in the weekend drugs in more viewers? Yeah, that's if I want to maximize the number of views, that's definitely what I should do. Biggest downside to Japan is that it's expensive public transport and taxi. You think so? I don't find public transport expensive here, but of course it really depends where you're from. The only thing that bugs me is that there's no like proper monthly ticket that you can buy that just gives you access to unlimited ride on whatever. We have that in Sweden, for example. So that's a bit of a shame, but yeah, even though I pay for each trip, I think it's not that bad. But it's very expensive to travel to other parts of Japan. But as long as you stay in the Kanto region, I think ticket prices are pretty reasonable. Let's see, I think I want to cross this bridge. Question is how? This is a dead end. Swedish free healthcare but with higher tax. Yeah, but I don't know. Like Sweden, people always say that Sweden has such high tax, but to be honest, I don't think, if you're like an employee in Sweden, I think you get a pretty good deal. Like the tax is 30%-ish, a bit less after deductions, and that includes everything: your pension, your health insurance, your education for your children, like road tolls, and a pretty good society on most levels. So I don't think that's bad. It is quite expensive if you're self-employed though. Then you have another 30% in like this I don't even know what it's called in English, to be honest, but kind of corporate, not corporate tax, but basically the tax you pay on the salary before you pay it out to the employee, which in this case would be yourself. Oh, these toilets are closed. Probably because of, I wonder if it's because of Corona. Payroll tax, yeah, that's right. That's the word I was looking for. So, I mean, I would say tax here, if you include the pension and the health insurance, is about the same as in Japan, but here on top of that you also have to pay for education. You also have to pay 30% of your healthcare costs, because the insurance only pays 30, only pays 70%. And then there's like road tolls, so it's super expensive to drive a car across the country, and yeah, a lot of things like that. So but I think it's much better to be self-employed here in Japan compared to Sweden. Way better. So in my case, it's definitely better to be here than in Sweden in that sense, if you're just looking at how much I pay in taxes. Yeah, no, going to the konbini with that big chunk of money to pay your tax or whatever, that's always a bit unsettling, right? What about owning a K car? Yeah, I don't know. Then I think your tax is lower, but I think the road tolls are the same for K cars and regular cars. Or I'm not sure. I mean, I don't drive myself, so I'm not really sure. And yeah, the highways aren't even fast here in Japan, that's true. They're super slow. Shinagawa Seas and Terrace. Okay. Don't know if I'm familiar with that place. Where is that? Koko wa sumiyasui no kana? So kana? Sumiyasui kana? でも緑はあんまりない。Please go again to Kinshicho. Okay. Maybe. Not today. Maybe another day. I love your evening walk. The sunset light kind of gave me a calming vibe. Thank you. Happy to hear that. I like sunset walks the best myself as well. And no, sorry, I can't help random people look for a job. Do you have the Osmo Mobile 4 now? Yes, I do. It's really nice. You're my favorite creator. Thank you. Did I just randomly happen to give someone, make someone become a moderator on my chat? I think I did. That was not intended and I just removed it. This looks like a nice area. Yeah, we're actually very close to Shinagawa station now. Ima どの辺ですか？これ品川駅の近く。なんかあそこの一番でかい建物は品川駅。Yeah. Maybe sometimes I put my other phone in the pocket, and if I don't put the screen lock on, then maybe it did that by accident. Mods are so useful against spammers. Yeah. Fortunately, I don't have that much problem with spammers yet, so far I've been able to manage myself. Shall I get a beer and sit down somewhere before concluding this walk? I think I should, right? Beer time, yes. I knew it. I knew it. I knew you would support me on that. Biru, hi. We've been going for 1 hour 20 minutes. Okay, another 10-15 minutes should be good. They haven't that favorite beer I was hinting about earlier. Doesn't look like it. No, they don't. But they have some other autumn themed beer. I will try. Ah, no, this is Happoshu. That's disgusting. Let's do a good old Sapporo. Hi, 7個でお願いします。Okay. No strong zero. Strong zero are dangerous, and I'm too old. Just a harmless beer is good on a Tuesday like this. Let's see if I can find a place to sit down. Looks like there could potentially be something around here.ありがとうございます。ビールのお金。どうもどうもありがとう。優しいですね。What's your favorite hard liquor? I don't know. I don't really drink hard liquor often anymore. I think my favorite alcohol is beer or nihonshu, aka sake. Kanpai! Kanpai, yoshi! Always such a struggle to find somewhere to sit down. Niku sushi, meat sushi. I think this is a chain actually. I've been to a Niku sushi place. So it looks like regular sushi, but it's actually... なんだろう。これは肉じゃない。これは普通の寿司。でも肉寿司もある。Yeah, this is meat sushi. The park at the back. At the back. You mean this side? Looks like there could be some. Oh yeah, there's some seats over here. Okay, let's take this overpass route. Darts and karaoke at the same time. That would be fun to sing while throwing the darts. What's your favorite style of sushi? What do you mean favorite style? Favorite kind, or favorite fish, or favorite type of preparing it?ダーツとカラオケは好きですか？いや、あんまりない。でもダーツとカラオケ同時にやると楽しそう。歌いながらダーツをする。それはちょっと面白いと思った。まあできないけどね。でもできたらやりたい。My favorite sushi sashimi is salmon. Well, I have to admit, as a Scandinavian, I have a soft spot for salmon as well. I think there's some seats here, finally. Yay! Plenty of seats. And they're socially distanced as well. Perfect. Perfect. I think I will sit here in this round little uncomfortable thingy. よし、よかった。あ、よしが出た。よしが出ました。突然に。I was thinking styles like nigiri makasuji. I like kind of good meal should have a little bit of everything. I really like seaweed in general, so I like this gunkan, like shipped sushi, but I wouldn't want the entire meal to be only like that. Same with like temaki, like the hand roll. They're nice, but yeah, I wouldn't want the entire meal to be only that. So a mix is good. Sweden に行ったことないけど、どう日本の安全性？そうですね、日本の安全性は最高。それはやっぱりこの国のとても重要な良いポイントと思います。どこでも安全、あんまり不安なところはないです。スウェーデンもヨーロッパの国としてはスウェーデンも安全ですけど、やっぱり日本の方が安全です。それは間違いないです。寿司なら縁側好き。そうですね、縁側美味しいですね。僕も縁側大好き。縁側美味しい。So someone was asking about how safety in Sweden compared to Japan, and I told them that the safety here in Japan is one of the most amazing things about this country. And although Sweden is by most European standards quite safe, but compared to Japan, it's nothing. Many black people in Japan? No, not many. There's a few, and I think it's probably a growing number, but it's still compared to any Western country I've been to, it's way less here.ウニが一番好き。僕はね、ウニ、もしとっても新鮮なウニがすごく美味しいけど、なんかちょっとだけ古くてもちょっと臭い。そうしたら食べられない。でも、美味しいウニは確かに美味しいですね。僕はスイスまでしか行ったことないな。スウェーデンやノルウェー、スイスはなんか北欧ではないですね。スイスはヨーロッパけど、北欧は、スウェーデン、ノルウェー、フィンランド、アイスランド、デンマークだけかな。そうですね。でももしチャンスあればぜひ 特に夏が最高。気温ちょうどいいし、自然が綺麗。そうかそうか、すみません。そのさっきの団地は多分昭和時代ではなく、ごめんなさい。すみません。失礼しました。You believe in God? No.そうですね、回転寿司のウニを食べると嫌いですね。絶対食べない。I am Korea. Yes, Korea is great. I would love to go there. As soon as they open up for travel, I hope to go. I've been many times. Not many times. I've been 4 times maybe? With drinking beer, how do you do a toilet break in the middle of a live stream? Oh, the wind is picking up now, really strong. I actually have to hold my gimbal not to blow over. I have a strong bladder, so I rarely have any problem with the bladder situation when drinking beer. スウェーデンの鉄道はおすすめですか？じゃあ日本と比べるとスウェーデンの鉄道は冗談みたい。あんまり、時間通りはほとんどの電車来ないし、残念ながら。でもまあ電車で、全国的に行けるけど、やっぱり日本と比べるとレベルは違います。Philippines? No, I haven't. Unfortunately, would love to go sometime. You're good at Japanese language. You live in Japan now. Yes, I live in Japan. What will you miss most about Japan when you leave? The food, the safety, the awesome public transportation, the colors of the cities at night, and the fact that most people are very, very nice to you. That's probably the most important points that I will miss. Change the camera angle. This is boring. Let's make it more like this, maybe. この時間はみんなまだ残業中。そうですね。かわいそうですね。Yeah, you miss Japan, eh? Taiwan is great too, though. I've been there once, and I really want to go again. Do some video from Taiwan as well. Love that place. been a good walk. I am a bit tired today. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit grumpy and not as cheerful as I'm usually, but yeah, just a bit exhausted from today's work, I guess. I think I will finish this beer and then wrap up the stream and head home. Still have a few sips to go though. Yeah, Taiwan is great. You should go if you have the chance. It's so different from Japan. The TV job today was actually from my home, so I was just joining them through Skype. So it wasn't demanding in that sense, but it's always very stressful to do live TV, especially the morning news that a lot of people watch. So yeah. Thank you, Indonesian viewer. Appreciate it. How long do you think you'll live in Japan? Well, I've been here for 12 years. I think another 2 or 3 max, probably. But I don't know, that can change. That can change. I mean, there's... My work situation here is extremely fortunate. And if I move back to Europe, I will be really struggling to find anything like it. So... that's a bit of a challenge, but then again I'm also kind of curious about maybe trying to switch fields a little bit, maybe start working more in like PR communications. Could be interesting, I think, with my background. Or if this YouTube thing really blows up and keeps on growing, then yeah, why not? Maybe I can start being a travel YouTuber full time. That would be pretty sweet as well. Who knows? Have you been to Kungliga Djurgården in Stockholm? Yes, many times. Love that place. What's for dinner tonight? I don't know. Both me and my wife had a bit of a messed up schedule, so maybe we'll just have something very light for dinner tonight. Maybe just like, I don't know. Maybe takeout again. Maybe just like sandwich or something. We'll see. You see yourself moving to another prefecture? No, not very likely. Most of the work I have here is kind of dependent on me being here in Tokyo, so... 睡眠時間はどれくらいとってますか？できれば8時間。でもまあ平均多分7時間ぐらいですね。7時間も時々あるけど、そんなに少ないとあんまりよく仕事とか頭をちょっと遅くなるので、寝るがとても大事で、本当に8時間毎日寝たいです。What's the best way to make a specific live walk request? Best way is to join me on Patreon and let me know there, because I tend to value the input I get from my Patreon supporters quite a bit more. But otherwise, just write a comment. Rather than, like, chat message is easy to get lost, but if you write a comment, I will see it later. So that works as well, to any video basically. like this Sajjad Ali guy. His comments are quite hilarious. I lick you, friend. Thank you. I lick you too. Did you already have beer? I'm still drinking. Do you speak Swedish with your daughter? Yes, I do. I basically only speak Swedish to her, and my wife only speaks Japanese to her. Thank you, Melissa. Happy to hear that you enjoy my streams and that you wish my YouTube career to keep on growing. I appreciate it. Yeah, relying on YouTube is risky, obviously. It's just one out of many income streams. But just relying on money from YouTube is definitely risky indeed. Do you belong to FCCJ? Not anymore.してもいいね。ありがとうございます。ちょっとビール飲みながら休みたい。No face reveal, no YouTube career. I do face reveal, but just for my Patreon.娘さんはすごい子になる。そう。英語、スウェーデン語、日本語のツイアイリングがある。そうですね。できればといいね。でももしかして頭結構めちゃくちゃになるかもしれない。なんかそういう限りが理解できるかどうかはちょっとわからない。もしかしてなんか、日本人にスウェーデン語をしゃべるかどうかわからないけど。But I hope languages are the most valuable knowledge I know. So I really want her to learn at least those 3 languages as effortless as possible. I think that will give her a very rich and good ground to stand on in terms of her future. Are you a Japanese citizen? No. Have you ever tried to make a collaboration with other YouTubers? Not really. I'm still kind of figuring things out on my own here, but I'm always for collaboration, so if anyone is watching this and want to do a collaboration with me, you're very welcome to reach out. But I mean, the way I'm doing my videos, it doesn't really open up for that much collaboration opportunities. Like, there are other walktubers, but I mean, what are we going to do? Just walk next to each other and keep silent? Or maybe walk next to each other and talk. We could do that. That could be interesting maybe, but it's okay. I mean, I tried. I've had a friend join me a couple of times, but it's very difficult to be like talking to you at the chat at the same time as I have another person next to me. Then I kind of have to choose. So I don't think it's very good for live streaming. Oh, thank you, Benedict. You can be on NHK documentary. I do work with NHK from time to time, and those who support me on Patreon just got the link to a show I did very recently that aired for NHK just a few days ago, actually. Would you have to give up your Swedish citizenship to get Japanese citizenship? Yes. In theory, yes. In theory, you're not allowed to have dual citizenship. in reality they don't really check. But, yeah. Okay, we're actually approaching 1:45 now, so let me finish this beer and then we will finish this stream. I need to conserve my data plan. Even though I have 100 gigs a month, I'm burning through those gigs a little bit faster than what's sustainable. So. Oh, thank you, Ribri, or however I'm supposed to pronounce it. Ribri. Anyway, thank you. So it might be asked already, but are the borders open? No, not to tourists. By the way, nice to watch your stream again. Thank you. Have you met Peter Barakan? I don't know who Peter Barakan is. No, the borders aren't open for tourists, and they probably won't be in another couple of months at best. More likely, like, I don't know, next year maybe even longer than that. When did you start to post walking videos? A little over 2 years ago. Is living in Japan more affordable than Sweden? In general, yes, but it's in the same ballpark. But most of the things that I spend money on is a little bit cheaper here in Japan. When will you live stream again? Tomorrow. Okay, Japanology TV show. I see. I watched that. Don't know him very well, but yeah. You know John Daub? Not personally, but I know his channel very well. I think he's a very great creator. And I think the more I do YouTube, the more I start respecting him. My first impression of him was not good at all. I felt that he was a little bit over the top, but yeah, now I really respect his work, especially his kind of more documentary things, but also in terms of live streaming. He's very ambitious, and I mean he's kind of a pioneer of doing Tokyo live streams, so kudos to him. How did you become so popular? I don't know, am I popular? Paolo in Japan, yeah, I'm not a fan of him. He doesn't feel genuine to me. Although, I mean, he puts a lot of effort into his work and he produces kind of helpful content that I'm sure a lot of people appreciate. But there's just something that I can't really, that kind of rubs me the wrong way. Yeah, his fireworks show, I mean, that's super ambitious and very very ambitious, and I mean the amount of work he puts into that project is huge, and there's not many people who could pull something like that off, but he has the connections and experience to do it. So, and that's the thing with him, like he has really good I think really good background here, and he uses those skills and opportunities that gives him. He uses that to create content that people can enjoy, and that deserves all the credit in the world. Chris Broad, yeah. I mean, I love British humor, so how can I dislike him? I mean, he's a super funny guy. He's a super funny guy. Maybe I'm a little bit too old to watch like several of his videos in one go. Becomes a little bit too much for me, but yeah, in general, he's pretty awesome. Yeah, dry sarcasm. Love it. Okay, folks, I finished my beer. I will finish this stream. Thank you for watching, as always, and thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the comments. If you like me, if you're new to this channel, if you like this video, if you want to connect more with me, check out my Patreon page. The link is in the video description. If you like this video, please press this guy, and that always helps with the algorithm and all this evil wizardry. And yeah, that's it. Thanks a lot for today, and see you next time. Probably tomorrow, as always. Bye.